Hey, what's up, YouTube? What's up,
Hey.
Facebook? We hope everybody's doing well on this Relationship Thursday. We coming to y'all live again. We can go ahead and get things started tonight. Please let us know where you're tuning in from. Please let us know where you're coming from this evening. We want to make sure we give y'all shouts out. And in addition to that, we also want to make sure that we know who we're talking to tonight.
My name is Iyanna Ma'at, and this is my lovely, my wonderful, my amazing conqueror, protector, defender, provider, lover, confidant, best friend, homie, Ayize.
You going like that?
Ma'at.
You going like that?
I know. I was dropping that thing like I was rapping.
I know. You was holding it down. Hey, y'all, let us know if y'all can hear us. This right here. This is my amazing, my incredible, my impeccable, my beautiful, my sensational, the light of my life, my best friend, my soulmate. Yes. Iyanna, my wife. I love you, babe.
I love you too, sweetie. We are married. We have been together for quite a while. We've been married for 15 years, together for 20 what?
23.
23 years. We got 5 kids. We're licensed therapists, and we do this couples work together. So for those of you who are just joining us, that's a little bit about us. All of that's great. That's wonderful. You know, the training is good. It's very useful. But the thing that we lean on the most is the experience, because we out here doing it just like you. He gets on my nerves on a regular basis.
I do.
And, you know, I'm kind of, you know,
getting on my nerves.
Slightly irritating sometimes.
No, yeah, sometimes.
Slightly.
No,
just slightly. You know, we're working together to raise our children and to build a legacy and to grow as individuals, all of that. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I see y'all. Shay, I see you in the house. I see Tamika Robinson, and I see B More in the house with Emmett. Charlicia representing the Hampton. That's at the Hamptons. It's the Hamptons, Hampton, Virginia. And as always,
YouTube,
my sister 529. I see you, sis. Hey, hey.
Let us know, YouTube, if you can hear us. You know, I see y'all jumping in on here, but just let us know if y'all can hear us on YouTube. Again, welcome, y'all. Welcome to another live stream here. My wife, she already introduced me. I introduced her. We can go ahead and get this thing started. We got something good to share this evening. We're really trying to help y'all really enhance the quality of your relationship. And so my wife, she mentioned that we are therapists. While we are therapists, this right here is not therapy. This right here is education, edutainment, infotainment, whatever you want to call it. So again, sit back, enjoy. Get yourself a glass of wine. Get yourself a glass of water.
Right, whatever.
Get yourself a glass of juice or tea, whatever you want to do. But and also, y'all, please share this video. Please share it. We love you too. Please share it. And the reason why I'm asking that you all share it is because not only do you benefit from this, but others, they benefit from it as well. And the more energy we get, the more feedback we get, the better it gets, y'all. So again, and then also we're going to be making some announcements in this live stream right here that we want more and more people to know about. So again, please share this video.
I'm shouting out Bruce Oliver for 529. Go ahead, sis. Mickey, I see you representing Port Angeles, Washington. And I just want to do a special shout out for Tina Thomas. She's the first time watcher from Seattle. So what's going on, Tina and Shunda? So blessed. We see you. All right, guys. So I always tell everybody, if you're serious about it, you will take some notes. Okay. If you're serious, you'll take some notes. You get a pen. I mean, get a Post-it note, get something, because there are going to be some things that stand out to you. Whatever stands out to you, it is your responsibility to make sure that over the coming days, over the next week, between now and the next live stream, you think about why this thing is sticking out for you and what's one thing you can do. One thing you can do, one action step you can take to actually move and do something differently with regards to your relationship. Okay. And if you're not in a relationship right now, you're not married, you're not with your special someone yet, you can just, because you're getting ready. Right. And whatever you are preparing for, whatever you're focusing on, right, whatever you are really paying attention to, that means you are attracting it. What's going on, Antoinette? You up here in this thing. I love it. I love it. All right. So, Danielle, we see you in the ATL representing tonight, guys. We are talking about what? 7 things, 7 things that you can do to make your boo fall in love with you all over again.
Now, before
all
we break
over
this,
again. It just makes me smile when I say that title tonight. Yes, and this is going to be for the men and the women. Okay, I see you, Rochelle. What's going on? But for both of you all, so there's some things that women will just be like, oh man, when you do that, boo, right there, just makes me get warm and fuzzy all over again. Okay. And the men will say, you know what, when you do this, man, I'm like, I made the right choice.
I like Bruce's enthusiasm. Bruce said, come on, let's go. I'm hyped.
Yeah, he's ready to get that
pen and paper ready.
Yeah.
And so check this out, y'all. So before we drop these 7 things for both the men and the women, what I want to say is that please share. In addition to that, y'all, in addition to sharing, check this out. On March the 17th, y'all know Black Marriage Day is coming up on March the 18th of this year.
What is Black Marriage Day for those who may not know? All right, really quickly, Black Marriage Day was started in 2003, and here we are in 2018. It was started in 30 communities, and now it is in 300 plus communities across the country. So we're in the DMV, in the DC metro area, and we try to make sure we represent in the DC area for Black couples who are married and committed and taking their relationship to the next level every single year. And so that's what Black Marriage Day is all about. It's really about lifting up strong, healthy relationships who are about some things, about some things. So yes, T. Latoya said, I never heard of Black Marriage Day. Yes.
Yeah. So check out the link, y'all. On YouTube, I posted a link. On Facebook, I posted a link as well. Check out the link. But we're going to be doing a workshop on the 17th. A workshop on the 17th.
If you're in the
DMV,
DC area.
Experiential workshop. We're going to come together. The men going to have their separate breakouts. The women going to have their separate breakouts. And again, it's going to be a situation where we're going to be taking you all through some exercises, some activities, giving y'all some education about just how to improve the communication, the conflict management, the sex and intimacy in your relationship. And it's going to be hands-on, y'all. So please check out the link, sign up, register. We can go ahead and get this thing on and popping, y'all, because Black Marriage Day is right around the corner. We want to make sure that you got all of the tools that you need to make your love right.
So if you're not in the DC area, you need to Google Black Marriage Day and Google your area. There are things that happen all over the country, in Dallas, in Atlanta, in Chicago. There are things that happen all over, but you have to actually look for it. And you can also, reach out to us here on Facebook if you want some support and assistance with that. We might be able to do that, as we do have connections with different people around the country who are doing different things. So look up and look out for that. Okay. All right. So Bruce said, we don't need Wakanda. We need y'all. We have y'all's teachings. Let me find out. Bruce.
Wakanda.
Wakanda. Okay. So let's go ahead.
I'm actually going to get started. I'm trying to post this real quick. I'm trying to do what I'm telling everybody else to do and share it to my page.
Yeah, I need to.
I already did that for you.
Oh, thank you. Okay. So again, why is this important? Let's just establish that really quickly. Look, we can't always be so focused on, the negative and the things that are not working well, which is what we tend to do as human beings a lot of times in our relationship and that kind of thing. We have to focus on building on the things that we do well. And a lot of times the things that we do well, or the things that, really do it for our boo, and they really make them feel good and happy, connected to us, and feel like, oh man, I made the right choice. We don't even know. We don't even know, like, oh, it's doing all that for you. Some of the things we do know, but oftentimes we don't know. And if we pay attention to these things and start to be more intentional about making sure that we do these things on a regular basis, then what we're going to be doing is doing what? Depositing good, strong emotional deposits into the relationship. Okay, because you cannot withdraw and not deposit in. It may not be something that really is a big deal to you, but it makes a difference for your spouse or your partner. So that's why we're focusing on this tonight, because these are like easy things that you can do. For some, maybe it's not so easy, right? It requires some effort and some energy, maybe some things you've never done before. But for most of the things, at least some of the things that I've put down, for the men, I mean, it's kind of stuff y'all do, but you just might not really focus on it in the way that you could. So here's number 1. Get your pen out. All right. So again, 7, if you're just joining us, 7 things that you can do to make your boo fall in love with you all over again. Share this to your page so that others can benefit as well. Number 1, playing with your kids. Oh, hey.
You gonna do that right off the top?
Boo, 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 boo.
Right off the top.
Let me tell you something. It's several reasons that I love. When I say I love, it's several reasons I love when I see you playing with the kids. Right. First of all, my husband plays with the kids, and men play in a different way. Okay, because they want to, get down on the ground, go outside, get the ball, like do all this different stuff, the wrestling, the hide and go seek, the turning the lights off and the scaring each other. I'm just not really,
that's where it's at.
I'm not built for that. And baby, you get like genuinely like into it.
I do.
Oh, you know you do.
I do.
He gets like really excited. He like you get a little bit too much joy from like scaring the kids. I don't really understand that part. He like, yo, let me just say this real quick. Like he just off the, you know, like he'll be like really getting crafty with it and like hiding for like a long time. You know, yes you do. For a long time, the lights be off. They be like, I'm scared to go down there because I don't know where Baba is. They call him Baba, and that means daddy in Swahili. And so I'm like, okay, you get a little bit way too much into this, right? But I love it because you lose yourself, and I see the little boy in you coming out, and I see you connecting with our children, the children that you gave me and that I gave you. And so, brothers, what I want to say to you right now is that when you connect in with your children, whether it's through playing or whether it's through, you know, just sitting and kind of connecting with them, whether it's the roughhousing and stuff like that, or it's playing a video game or whatever, it does a little something for us. My sisters, do y'all know what I'm talking about? Anybody know what I'm talking about? Don't let it be a little baby. Don't let it be a little toddler like my little son, Allende. When I see him and my husband together, he's 2. It just warms me up. I'm like, yo, can we make out, boo? For real.
And that's really interesting, y'all. I'd be
so
like,
play with your kids.
I'm really fascinated by the fact that, you know, me engaging with our children is a turn on for her.
Yes. You didn't know that though?
It's not that I didn't know, but I'm just like, what? I mean, you playing with our children is not a turn on for me.
It don't do nothing for you.
No, I mean, I'm thankful and I'm appreciative, but
why do we think that is? Why do we think that is? Cherish, I see you representing Charleston, South Carolina. Let me tell you something. Why do we think that is? Because what is this doing? Many of the things that are on my list, what are we going to be seeing from men? It brings out the vulnerability. The vulnerability in our men, right? You know, men stereotypically and straight up real talk are strong and, you know what I'm saying, handle the business. My husband doesn't approach things the way that I do. He's, you know, matter of fact and whatever. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, let's pay attention to this piece. So when I see that part of you coming out, you know, I'm like, oh, look at my baby. Look at my little soft little marshmallow poo-poo. I am. So it's seeing that soft side. So that's why. So play with your kids. That's number one. Baby, what can the women do to make you fall in love?
Kind of bad even saying this one.
It was gonna be like cook some food or something.
No, it's not gonna be that. But one thing that you all can do to really help him and make him fall in love.
You say you feel bad.
Is based on, I mean, juxtaposing it against what you just
That's not a good setup.
Is give him some space. Give him some space.
Okay.
You know, and so guys, we need space. We need room to stretch out. We need room to do us, to be us, to experience everything that's in our atmosphere and in our space. And sometimes women have a tendency to cramp that space. They have a tendency to be extremely clingy and don't allow us the space to breathe. And so again, what I'll say is that one thing that your man will do, or one thing that your man loves, is when you give him some space. Allow him to be him. One thing that we spoke about in one of our previous live streams is everybody has this innate desire to be autonomous. And so everybody has this desire to be self-directed and to self-actualize. And when you cramp him, sometimes you're influencing, Shay Love said, for what? Shay Love said, for what? Sometimes when you cramp him, what it does is it impedes or inhibits his ability to actualize the best of himself. And so again, give him space so that he can become. Give him space so that he can grow. You feel like, oh, I'm loving her because she's just like giving me space. Yeah, but in the given space, there needs to be a certain sense of security. So there needs to be some sense of security when you give the space.
What does that even mean?
What that means is that sometimes people have a tendency to be clingy because they're insecure in a relationship. But when you give space and you're doing it because you feel some sense of security and you know that everything is all good, then what that does is it reflects an element of self-confidence in your ability and your confidence in a relationship. So you should be able to feel free to give space knowing that everything is all good and you want him to grow. You want him to do him and be him.
All right, sisters, that's what they're gonna love. That give him some space.
Give him some space.
Okay, and hold on. I think I seen somebody said something that I liked right here. Cherish, I feel you. She said, flip the situation in my house. He be all up in my spaces all the time. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, like, women, we want some space too. My special space. Anybody got any special spaces? My special space is the same place his is. He just hangs there a lot longer.
Goodness.
The bathroom. The bathroom is a beautiful space. It is.
It really
I just want to encourage people to just go to the toilet.
Yeah.
You need a space, go sit down on the toilet, bring some things up in there, pull the seat down, and stay in there for a while. And then when your kids come knock on the door, your husband say something, don't even answer. Just act like you don't hear it. People just know now. I'm not talking. When I come in the bathroom, it's quiet time for me. I'm not talking. The tub. That's a good one. That's a good place to get some space. All right. So that was a good one. So here is the next one, number 2 for the men. Here is what you can do. Here's what you can do to make me fall all up in love with you all over again. Apologize when you're wrong. Yeah. My. Oh my goodness. I'm saying, like, when you apologize, first of all, I've said this before. I think that you might disagree. My husband, I said this in the past, my husband had to model for me early on in our relationship because I was petty, because I was not one who would easily apologize, see my wrongs. I wanted to be right. I wanted to prove my point. I was going to break it down for you, get out a flip chart to show you that you're wrong. And you need to agree with me, because I don't want you to just say, I hear you, but I disagree. That's not good enough. I need you to agree with me. Okay. That's where I was. And sometimes I can be there today. Pray for me. But I have grown over time because my husband early on, he modeled he wasn't pressed to control conversations and to get me to be where he is. He was able to make room for me. And so he modeled for me how to make room for him. And, sometimes this is just what it is. As time has gone on, my husband has, kind of come to the opposite side. And so
Really?
I knew he was going to look at me like that. He comes to the opposite side, y'all. And a lot of times I'm like, can I get an apology? Can I get an acknowledgement? Now you do it, but it takes you a little longer than it used to. You kind of stay in your feelings a little longer than you used to. You just, I feel like I've come forward and you step back. Maybe because before you would just, you were just modeling so wonderfully. And you're like, I'm about to just be doing me for a while now. I'm about to flip the script. So yeah, as compared to how you used to. So not necessarily a super long time, but as compared to how you used to. So when you apologize, brothers, when you are wrong, when you apologize and just take the initiative to do that, sometimes we're like, I'm kind of off. But then we just want to leave it and we don't want to wrap it up and put a bow on that thing. When you can acknowledge that, you validate your partner. One of the biggest things that keep relationships strong is validation. Everybody wants to be validated. Everybody wants to know that you hear me. Right. And that's not really about, apologizing. It's just validating my voice, that it matters to you. So apologize when you're wrong. And this is what I would say to you. If it's hard for you or you're like, I don't really see where I need to apologize. We just have a difference of opinion or whatever. Right. You know what? There's always something you can apologize for. Like, take that to heart. There's always something. I will look for something. If I got to go and talk to somebody who is a subordinate to me or something like that, I'm just going to use this as an example. I'm going to look for something I can validate with the person I'm talking to, or something that I can say, you know what, I may not have realized how I came across or whatever. I'm going to try to find something. I may not really think that there's anything, but I'm going to find something, because if I do that, then I'm more likely to get what I want. Yeah. So I might be, motivated by some selfish stuff. I might have a selfish agenda going on, but I'm going to model validation and apology and accommodation and, that kind of thing. So do that with your woman. Because when you do that with me and you're not just trying to have it your way and just keep it moving, I feel good on the inside and makes me fall in love with you all over again, because you're not just a bullheaded man who wants to be right and wants to be in control all the time. Ain't nobody got time for that. I need you to acknowledge when you are wrong. All right, brothers, if that one sticks for you, go on ahead and hold on to that and see how you can start doing that more.
Your list is actually making me start to think I might need to switch up my list. I mean, in midstream. Like,
don't do that. Don't do that. I want to know exactly what your list says.
No, because it's a different approach that you took, and I respect that and I appreciate that.
Okay. A different approach?
Yeah. I feel like it's more me-centered. So now I'm just playing. But like, you trying to talk to me and call me out?
Oh, that's just in a couple of these. Not all of them, not all.
All right, so ladies, another thing, number 2, what you all can do to...
real quick. So if you're just joining us, we're doing 7 things 7 things that you can do to make your boo fall in love with you all over again. And we're doing 7 for the men and 7 for the women. So that's why we're going back and forth like that. Okay.
So number 2, y'all, and please share this video as well. Number 2, ladies, if you're looking to make your man fall in love with you again all over again, whatever I'm trying to say.
You're struggling.
This is what is something that probably attracted him to you in the first place. The fact that you were passionate about your beliefs. And so again, what I'm encouraging you to do is continue to be passionate, but don't just allow that passion to exist within the context of your relationship. Be an advocate and be passionate about your beliefs outside of the walls of your relationship. So one thing that I find
about
sexy
what?
About your beliefs.
I thought you said leaves.
No. One thing that I find sexy about my wife and that attracts me to her all the time is the fact that she's very outspoken. She's very passionate about what it is that she believes. She's an advocate for what it is that she believes. And so that turns me on. And so again, this is something that may have attracted your husband to you. The fact that you were willing to be vocal, the fact that you were willing to be passionate, the fact that you were willing to say, this is something that I believe in, and you didn't just leave it to the confines of the relationship, but you extended yourself beyond the confines of the relationship. So again, it may be within the confines of church, it may be whether it be in work or whatever it is, just in social spheres. But the interesting and important thing here that you want to make sure that you're taking into consideration is that your man, he loved you for who you were when y'all met. And so you showed yourself when you all met, or at least as you all got comfortable in the relationship. And again, a part of that is you just being your authentic self. And so if you're passionate about some things, again, feel free to express those and continue to share those things, because that's something that he's looking for from you. Don't get quiet. Don't get closed-lipped or tight-lipped in a relationship. Continue to be you. Because what that does is it continues to draw him towards you.
Okay. All right. So I don't get on your nerves because I'm a little too opinionated.
If it was only with me, yeah. But because I know that you're comfortable with expressing yourself, and that's one of your strengths.
With everybody?
I encourage you.
If it was only with me, I might have a problem.
Yeah, because sometimes people blow big just within the walls of the relationship. Sometimes people just express themselves and they want to go off on you, or they want to say what their thoughts and feelings are. But then when you put them in a certain space, they're just mute. They're just quiet. And that right there, it presents a conflicting reality and a dichotomy in terms of their presentation, which a lot of us have to deal with. But again, if you're going to be who you are, don't just be who you are in the walls of our relationship. Be who you are outside of the walls of our relationship and express what it is that you think and you feel, especially if you feel passionate about it.
All right, I got you. All right, this one is good, brothers. This is good. This is what I love. And my husband does this for me. I guess everything I'm thinking about here, I do keep thinking about you. Okay. My brothers, catch your woman's eye and just give her a wink from across the room. Wink at her. I'm telling you, it sounds so simple, but it's so sexy. Let me tell you something. My husband and I can be out somewhere. We could be at church. We could be out at an event, whatever. I'm over talking to some people. He's doing whatever. And he catches my eye. He looks and he winks at me. Oh, my goodness. I'm like, I'm like a little schoolgirl or whatever. And I just smile, got my little blushing going on, because I just feel like you're just kind of macking me on that smooth, subtle thing going on right there. You know what I'm talking about. You do. So wink at your woman. Let her know, like, I'm watching you. I see you. I'm looking at you. It makes a difference because then I feel as though, wow, you got me and you're paying attention to me. So that's an easy one. If you have a hard time winking, some people wink and they blinking and stuff. I don't know what to tell you. Just wait for some other ones because some people don't know how to wink. I've actually heard people tell me that before, like, oh, I don't, they blinking both their eyes, whatever. So wink, brothers, wink. That's what you can do to make her fall in love with you all over again. All right, you got
so
next.
Number 3 for the ladies. Number 3.
This we just one number 3?
Yeah.
Was that number 3 for me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This one right here is simple as well. But a lot of times people experience difficulty when it comes to doing it. Number 3 for the ladies, y'all. One thing you can do to make him fall in love with you all over again is to pursue him. Pursue your man. So the first one that I said was give him space. This one right here is to pursue him. Everybody wants to be wanted. Now, we say this thing 1,001 times, but everybody wants to be wanted. There's nothing like when y'all are sitting out somewhere and your woman, she scoots over next to you and she leans her head on your shoulder. It's nothing like when your woman, y'all are out in public or something like that, and she wants to get close and comfortable and just connect with you and stuff like that. So again, pursue your man. Show your man that you want him by reaching out to touch him, by sitting next to him, by holding his hand, or at least attempting to hold his hand, because sometimes people are not comfortable with PDAs, public displays of affection, but attempt to do some of that stuff, y'all, but just let him know that you want him. Everybody wants to be wanted. If you're not doing your job in that particular area, then somebody else might step up to the plate and do that. Not to say you need to be scared, but again, it's your responsibility, especially if it's your husband, to make sure that you're giving him attention. Yes, I think somebody made that comment right there, but show him that you want him.
That's good. That's good. I got you. Okay, so number 4 for the brothers, I want you to appreciate her out loud and often. Appreciate her out loud and often, and do it with other people. Brag on your wife. Brag on her food. Brag on how she takes care of the house. Brag on how well she does with the kids. Brag on how much she pays attention and takes care of you. Brag, brag, brag. Appreciate her out loud and do it often. Make it a part of your regular vocabulary, right? Because when you do that and, you know, you're like, yeah, you know, I don't know what I would do. She didn't keep me straight. Yeah, she does this and she made this and whatever, right? If I make something to eat, my husband takes my food in, you know, and he's at a meeting or somewhere and they're like, oh, your wife made that? And you're like, oh, yeah, you know, she makes sure she's taking care of me. I feel good. I feel good. I'm not even there, but he representing. So appreciate her out loud and often. Yes. Okay. And you can also do this by just calling her, telling her, you know, that I've been thinking about you. I just wanted to hear your voice. I can't tell you how many times I pick up the phone and my husband's like, hey, I just wanted to hear your voice. How you doing? I'm like, oh, hey, boo. Like, God, I love this man. I love him. Right. So make sure that you're being intentional about being appreciative, and make sure that you do it often. Often. It should be a regular part of your vocabulary. All right. Y'all got that? Anybody like that? Y'all like that?
I'm seeing the hearts and stuff like that. They loving it. Right?
Okay. Okay. All right.
Hey, please share this video as well, y'all. It's not too late to share. We're on number 4 right now. Please, please, please share. And again, what I mentioned.
Number 5.
No, we still on number 4, but I gotta do number 4.
All right, whatever. Okay.
You start.
It's hard for me to keep up. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
What school you go to? All right. But before I get to number 1, my part, y'all. Again, I said earlier, Black Marriage Day is coming up. Please check out the link that I posted on this video right here. Check out the link, because in that link you'll see an event that's coming up that we're doing, a workshop on Saturday, March the 17th, and we want y'all to come, especially if you're in the DMV.
DC Metro.
All right, number 4, y'all. What's really attractive to a man as it pertains to his woman is when she respects and honors the differences that she and he have. Oh. When she respects and honors the differences.
Okay, that's a
when you don't try to make him like you want him to be, but you respect the fact that he is his own unique person, and you honor that as well. That right there is sexy, because it gets back to that whole autonomy piece. You're allowing him to grow. You're allowing him to flourish. You're allowing him to be and do him. You're respecting the fact that in his uniqueness, there's greatness. And so when you decide that you're not going to necessarily superimpose your own stuff onto him, what that lets him know is that you value him. And every man wants to be valued. They want to be valued for their thoughts. They want to be valued for their feelings, their ideas, their beliefs. And so again, when you allow that to happen in a relationship, where you let him be him and do him, then you're respecting that space, and you're respecting and honoring him to, just to continue to flow in a relationship. And so again, if you do that, he will definitely feel like you love him and you appreciate him. And as a result, he'll start to feel more connected to you.
Falling in love all over again. That's what we're talking about right now. Falling in love all over again. What you can do. All right. So the next one, I don't know what number this is. I'm gonna let my husband say the numbers since I keep messing up. I keep messing up. I want you to look. Let me tell you something. I can't tell you. You need this? I can't tell you how many women have come to me, and we talked in our little sister circles and our sister groups and just one-on-one. And they said, like, gosh, like, I got to do everything. I got to plan. Come on. Some of y'all brothers know y'all done heard this. I got to plan every trip. I got to plan every date. Anything that we do, I mean, I got to do it all. If we're going to go out of town, I got to plan it. If it's a family trip, I got to plan it. If we're going to go out on Friday night, I got to figure it out. I got to call and make the reservation. I got to prompt them again. Like, can he just do something? So this one right here is for you. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do, because sometimes I have to say this and be honest, my sisters, when, sisters are talking to me and saying, like, I just don't understand. I just feel like I'm doing everything, right? And they don't feel appreciated, right? Because they got to plan everything. And when it comes to doing something special, I began thinking like, I don't know about that one. You're just gonna be doing that one because I do a lot of planning, all of the little details. You know, most women I know are planning all the details, but I will say that my husband steps up and he does make sure that he does things just for me and him. So here's what you can do, husbands, men, book a hotel and take her away for the weekend. Boom. Book a hotel and take her away for the weekend. Be the two of you. Sometimes if we overcomplicate it, you think you got to take her on a major trip to Jamaica and have excursions or whatever, man, just book a hotel in the area. You understand? In the area and just surprise her and be like, you know, Friday, call her up at work. Hey, and you got to figure out who's going to watch the kids, right? Get the mother-in-law, get the mother, and just call her and say, hey, I'm coming to pick you up from work. Well, as soon as you get home, right? Like, we're going to be rolling right out. The kids are already taken care of. We're going to a hotel, just me and you away for the weekend, right? You know, and a lot of times in the hotels, they got little stuff in there, you know, for y'all to do, you know, depending on where you are around, we can go get a little massage or whatever. It don't take that much. It just takes being intentional. Yes, Janet, I see you. Yes, it just takes being intentional. When you do that, let me tell you something. You getting some. You getting some this weekend. I'm feeling you. Ain't no kitties around. We're going to, you know, get cozy. We're going to cuddle. We're going to do a whole lot because I am feeling in love with you all over again because you are being what? Romantic, and you're making space just for the two of us. You see the hearts, you see the love, the likes, the women are loving this. So guys, don't complicate it, right? We don't want you to go plan 55 million things, but we might kind of do, but you know, start with this. Start with this. Book a hotel for the weekend. All right. And take her away. All right.
I respect that. So you went in the romantic direction.
Oh, yes. Don't we want romance, y'all? Yes. You see the hearts? We want some romance, like straight up. And like when you get married, like that thing does not have to just like go away. That thing just die like dead flowers. Like, like no, you know, because I think people just, a lot of love on that yes, too. I know y'all feeling this. Yeah. People just overcomplicate it, you know, and I don't understand what happens. Like when you're dating, y'all are doing a lot, calling up, you know, your cousin and them. So what should I do? I'm gonna take her here. You know, they helping you out, but then you get married and you just forget about all that stuff. Look, book a hotel, get on Expedia, whatever. I don't care. Just book a hotel, take her away. You good, right? All right, that's a challenge. That's a challenge right there. Hey, Shaifa, I see you, sister. What's going on?
So I'm gonna flip this one real quick.
Yeah, I see you real thoughtful over there with that one.
I'm really thoughtful. I really respect the fact that you took the approach where you went down a romantic lane.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
I feel like I'm being set up right now.
No, you're not being set up.
Okay.
But you know, the thing that I want to lift up is that there is another side to that coin. And so, fellas, what I'm gonna need y'all to do is to give me some hearts on this one. Give me some love on this one. One thing that wives can do, and this is number 5. Another thing that wives can do. It's not too late to share this video, y'all. Another thing that wives can do.
Okay.
Another thing that wives can do to make him fall in love with you all over again is to crave him.
Oh my.
You need to crave your husband.
Did you say crave?
You need to crave your man. Yes, absolutely crave him.
Oh wow.
And so I use that word intentionally because a lot of times women are wondering, like, why are men like so attracted to porn? Why are they so attracted to flicks and the women that are in these videos, et cetera, et cetera?
He about to teach now, y'all. He about to teach.
And one thing that I want ladies to understand is that there's a couple of things that men see when they watch the videos. They see availability. The woman is available. They're available to what it is that he wants, when he wants it, how he wants it, where he wants it.
Okay.
That's number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, and I spoke about this a moment ago, they want him. There's a craving that's attached or that's present in the video, and it's attractive to him. When he feels like he's wanted, when you crave him, he feels like he's the top dog, like he's the big man on campus, like he's that dude. And so he wants to be wanted like that, like that. And I'm pretty sure he can pick somebody. He probably has a certain name in his mind. He can point you to a video or whatever it may be. But he wants to be craved and desired like that. Again, her availability is so sexy to him. Without condition, without pretense. It ain't got to look a certain way. It ain't got to be in a certain place. But she's available. And that's what it is that he's looking for, that availability. Crave him.
Wow.
Crave him, and it turns him on.
I know it does it for you.
It does.
I know it does it for you. If there's been some times where, and I know I'm not alone, where, you know, we've been getting ready to do some things, and I'm, you know, I'm a little off, you know, I might be a little tired, or sometimes I can be really silly. Yes, I'm a really silly person, so
we gotta do a whole live stream.
I don't know why I do that, you know, because sometimes people are silly because you get nervous and, you know, having sex with this man for 15. We've been married for 15 years.
Why you gonna lie? Don't get brand new.
For 15 years. Started on our wedding night. So, so I'm not nervous, but I can get really silly. He does not like it. He loves, and I would say, you like the fact that I'm generally a silly person. I get you out of your seriousness a lot of times, but you do not like it.
Not necessarily.
When we're trying to do some things, he's like, focus. He gets mad. Sometimes he has literally said, like, I'm not interested anymore. I don't want to do it no more. I'll be like, what? He's like, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm like, you like, for real? He's like, yeah, I'm ready to go to sleep. I'm like, dang. So he is very, very like specific about, like, I want you to be with me, want me, look at me, pay attention to me. Then I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? And he will get in his feelings. So I know there's something to that.
So ladies, please pay attention to that. That's extremely important. Again, he wants you to crave him.
All right, this next one, I don't know what number this is because I don't keep up with the numbers. Number six for the fellas.
That's a good question right here.
Oh, you got a question? The
question says, what if you crave him and he doesn't respond?
That's
a good question.
You know what? That's a whole live stream because there are so many reasons that men and women are not responding sexually, right? There's so many reasons that people are disconnected in general when it comes to, you know, kind of wanting one another and not being able to kind of line up and get aligned. There are medical reasons, there are emotional disconnects, there are physical disconnects, right? But those things can be bridged. It's just, how do you do it? And so, I mean, I'm for real. Like, that's a whole live stream on this kind of, because everybody's not sexually matched. Okay, everybody's not sexually matched. Thank you, Lord, that me and my husband are, and we always have been. You know, I just got to keep it 100. Thank you, because it makes things so much easier. But let me tell you something. Everybody's not there, and you really do have to work on it. You have to pay attention to the nuances and the specifics of the things that work for you versus, you know, what works for your partner and that kind of thing. And a lot of times people get stuck and they have barriers because I don't even know how to, like, figure out and communicate what we need, let alone be honest about, like, I'm not sure what you need or what's going on, right? We might come with a general, like, what's the stances that don't really break down the walls and allow you all to come a little bit closer. So I know that kind of didn't really answer it. It just kind of gave you a broad understanding, but maybe we need to do a live stream on that.
So what I would say
she said thank you. All right, I'm glad you said thanks for that, and it helped a little bit.
If you crave him and he doesn't respond, he may not respond initially. One thing that I do know for a fact, and we've experienced this in our relationship, that when my wife sometimes comes on to me, I might push her away because, number one, I'm the one that's normally pursuing.
Yeah, you don't even know what to do with it.
Yeah. So it's awkward, it's uncomfortable, but you express that you want it. And so again, just because he rejects it or doesn't respond initially, it doesn't mean that he won't get to a space where he's like, have at it. You know, do whatever you please with me. You know, but again, it takes some adjustment in order for him to get to that space.
Yeah, that's good, boo. That's real good. Yeah, take them notes. Take them notes. Latoya said, yeah, we need that live stream. All right, Latoya, we got your vote, sis.
So we on number 6 now. We on number 6. Again, it's not too late to share. Please share Black Marriage Day workshop coming up on the 17th. The link is in the description.
This one right here, my brothers, this one actually is close to my heart, particularly right now, because I also have an announcement today. And this one right here is really good. I want you to encourage her dreams. Encourage her dreams and do not let her abandon them because she's a wife and a mother. Because let me tell you something, this society rewards women who forget themselves. Yes. This society rewards women who take care of their family and make sure that our children are covered and, you know, pay attention to our husbands and take care of the community and go volunteer at church. And we do everything for everybody else, right? But, you know, we can't find time for ourselves, and we talk about taking care of ourselves, but we're not really serious about it. And then if somebody asks you, like, well, what would that look like? What would you do? So if I asked you, Haley, is that how I say your name, Haley S. Bryant? If I asked you, Lillian, I'm glad you're taking notes. Latoya, if I asked you, so what would you do, if you could just do something that would be totally about you and your dreams? First of all, would your partner know what that is? And would you even know what it is? Like no limitations, no barriers. And so, brothers, you have an amazing opportunity to encourage your wife or your spouse, your partner, because a lot of times we can get stuck into like denying ourselves and pushing ourselves to the side, like, oh yeah, I used to want to, or I mean, yeah, maybe one day, you got to help push her out there. And so I can say for sure that my husband has always been that person for me. I announced it earlier this week. I am so, so blessed, so, so grateful, so happy that starting next week, I'm going to have my own radio show on WPFW 89.3 FM. I'm getting ready. I'm getting started. You see how I said that? WPFW 89.3 FM. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, y'all. That's what I'm going to be doing. And my husband has been with me, always having my back, knowing that this is a dream I've had forever. And, that's a whole nother conversation. Come on over to the Art of Overcoming with Iyanla Ma'at here on Facebook, so that you can join in with the sisters.
What's the name of the show?
And the name of the show, I started this Facebook group a few months ago, and the name of the show is The Art of Overcoming. And it's all about, overcoming, pushing towards our dreams and our purpose, and overcoming the challenges that we have. Thank you for the congratulations. The challenges that we have, mental health challenges, and, all kinds of issues, and kind of releasing some of that stigma. Like a lot of us are walking around with anxiety and walking around with low self-esteem and depressed and all that kind of stuff. And we handling our business. Taking care of our families, taking care of, corporate environments, and doing all different kinds of stuff. And we're struggling at the same time. And so it's a part of the call on my life. And it's a very, very big passion of mine. Take away the veil and for us to just show ourselves fully. I'm a hot mess at times, and I am a badass woman. I'm all of that. I got issues, and I got some challenges, and I'm doing the damn thing. So I'm just so grateful that, I have this radio show. You can hear it all across the world. So I'll be sharing more information about that. But it is based out of FM, 1 o'clock on Mondays, 1 o'clock every single Monday. And so, God. My husband has pushed me because I get scared. I'll be like, yeah. And then I'll be getting scared. And he's like, well, what you doing? Push, go on out.
And
so
I'm so proud of you, baby.
Oh, thanks, baby.
I really am.
Thank you.
I mean, the other day, and it's not just about the radio show, but my wife, she's taught me and shown me so much as it pertains to walking in faith, walking in obedience, and really believing in self. And, just your walk itself is a testimony to what you can accomplish if you just put one foot in front of the other and just keep on moving. And so you're an inspiration to me. And I love you, and I appreciate you continuing to push.
Thank you, baby.
The other day, I was watching TV, y'all, and American Idol. I think they're about to bring that back out. But it made me reflect on the fact that my wife, y'all, we've been together for 23 years now, married for 15. It made me reflect on the fact that a couple of times, I think we traveled to Cincinnati.
I forgot about that.
We traveled to Memphis. We traveled.
Memphis.
It was Memphis.
Yeah.
We traveled to Memphis, and with children and all, I'm carrying her around, and she's trying out for American Idol way back in the day.
I forgot about that.
Again, it's because I believe in her. I believe in her, and I support her, and I want her to do all that she came here to do. And it's just amazing, like this ride that we've been on, and I'm so happy that we're gonna keep on doing this thing, baby.
Thank you, baby. Oh, you just touched me. So that's a good example of it right there. Encourage your wife, encourage her dreams, because all of us, I think on some level, we have things that we want to do and people that we, want to be, and at the same time, it's scary and we're afraid and we're unsure. And so when you have a partner who says you can do it, and pushes you because they believe in you and see in you things that you don't even see. My goodness, that woman is going to fall in love with you all over again. I agree. Somebody said, oh, he is so sweet. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. All right. So what number are we on? What are we on next?
Number seven for the ladies. So,
all right. Number 7 coming up on the last one here.
Number 7, something that is extremely attractive to him, something that will make him fall in love with you all over again, is if you, I'm going to sum this up and I'm going to pull a couple of ones into this one thing.
Okay.
If you ride or die. And so what I mean by that is if you hold them accountable privately, So sometimes people like to call out their spouse in public. That's a no-no. So when I say hold them accountable privately, what I'm talking about is the fact that you recognize that there's some areas that he needs to work on. And so what's sexy to him is the fact that you respect the fact that he's a man. And you don't put him on blast. You don't put him on Front Street. But you make sure you had that conversation with him privately, and you make sure that you're pushing him to be a better person. You hold him accountable to be a better person, but you're not doing it in such a way where it's condescending, where you're condemning, where you're trying to make him feel bad and belittle him and that type of thing. So again, hold him accountable privately. But in addition to that, y'all, what's also attractive to him is that if you're loyal to him, this will make him fall in love with you over and over and over again. If he knows that, again, you're ride or die, you're loyal to him. You ain't spreading your legs for nobody else. You ain't looking at nobody else, trying to kick it with nobody else. You're loyal and you're committed to him. And it's not even just within the confines of infidelity, but it's really about just how you flow in the world, that you're going to make him the priority, make your family the priority, that the decisions that you make are really based off of the fact that you're in a relationship, you're in a marriage. Right. And so you're thinking through that lens. And so when he knows that you're loyal to him, that makes him feel like, I mean, you're the one that's just so much more attractive to him when you're committed to him, when you profess your commitment to him, when you demonstrate your commitment to him, and when you make sure that everybody else around you knows that you're loyal to this man. That's so attractive. That'll make him fall in love with you over and over and over again.
Yes, yes, yes. That was good, boo.
Man, that's real talk right there.
That's real talk. That is real talk. There's a whole lot I can say on that, but I'm not going to attach on to that. I didn't do number 7.
You did.
Oh, I did. Up, I did not know. I thought I just did 6. But let me just say this. Look, my husband has not done this yet. How many of you all out there, brothers or women, your spouse has attended a daddy-daughter dance? A daddy-daughter dance. I am determined. I've seen people all over, doing these daddy-daughter dances. I know they have a big one in Richmond. I've seen our friend Lamar and Ronnie. I've seen them talk about his going to one. Oh my God. Like anything with the kids. Let me just tell you something right now. Yes, put the wine glasses up. Put them up. Anything with the kids, if when in doubt, get a kid. Okay? When in doubt, get a kid. So what I mean by that, brothers, is this. If you're doing something with your children, daddy-daughter dance, okay? We talked about playing with the kids, right? When you got a new little baby, right? Wearing the baby, the little things you put on to wear the baby. Oh, y'all look so just soft. I know you don't like that word soft because you're such a, what's the word?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
You're such a stereotypical man in that way. Like, I'm not soft, but again, we're seeing your vulnerability. Anything where you are being with your children, again, playing with them, braid your daughter's hair. I remember I took a picture of you braiding or doing, you might not have been braiding it, but you might have been putting in some little puff balls. Let me not give them too much size.
Putting it in a ponytail.
A ponytail, Akina's hair back in the day. Remember when she was little, right? In that picture, I put it out on social media. It was like, everybody like, oh, because we love that. So when in doubt, get your kids. Okay.
So let me put a caveat there.
What?
I think that it's important to know too that sometimes people have discomfort with being intimate in a relationship and they use their children as a buffer. So it may be easier for you to connect them with the children versus connecting them with your spouse.
Okay.
And so sometimes women are upset about the fact that you always spending time with them, but you ain't spending time with me. And so if you find yourself in a space where you're using your children, this goes for both women and men. If you're using your children as a scapegoat, as a buffer, as a barrier to prevent you from connecting in with your partner, that's a problem, y'all. That's a problem. To connect in, you got to tune in and turn in towards your partner. And so if you're failing to do that, yes, spending time with the children is excellent. But if you're failing to be intentional about doing something directly with your partner, that's a major fail. It's a major fail.
I wasn't listening. I'm sorry. I wasn't listening. I was like, but I was supposed to say something. I was reading some of the comments from my folks on YouTube, but I know whatever you said is great. Princess, you've been with us a long time. Princess Buttons, and thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. Guys, look. Somebody said that's good. So I might not have been listening, but I'll rewind when we finish this and I'll make sure I pay attention. Guys, we want you to know that it doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a lot, but it does take intention. Mm-hmm. You do have to be intentional. Let me just add this on. Get a movie, get a chick flick. Men, get a chick flick. Or ask your woman, like, what movie do you want to watch, right? What little, romantic, sappy chick flick do you want to watch? It's your night. Let's do that. Let's get some popcorn, whatever. Let's get on the couch with a blanket and let's cuddle. You initiate it.
So let me ask her about that. Some 1980s basketball shorts, Lakers basketball shorts from the 80s.
You want to just take off of mine?
I'm just saying, like, you telling the women what they can do.
Okay.
And I'm telling the ladies what they can do. Put on some 1980s LA Lakers basketball shorts.
Really?
Yeah, the fellas know what I'm talking about. Get the 80s kind.
Oh, booty shorts.
Actually, go back to the 50s kind.
When the men wore the shorts and them Johnsons going up their butt.
Wearing while he watching the game.
That's funny. So be intentional, everybody. Be intentional and make sure that you focus on the things that you can do so that not only will your partner fall in love with you all over again, but you will also learn to fall in love with yourself. To fall in love with yourself, because guess what? You're doing some things, you're stretching yourself, you are pushing yourself to connect in ways that you may not always be intentional about or used to. And so you start to view yourself and see yourself in a different way. And your partner also does as well. We got to be intentional, y'all. Relationships that work, that are successful, do not happen because y'all are just meant to be and everything just works out. Y'all just connect up like a magnet. You know how two magnets come together? It doesn't work that way. My husband and I are magnets, but we are intentional. We are intentional. We were just talking on the phone earlier today, and we were talking about like, oh man, it's been a hard week. It's been a lot going on. And I said to him, like, I just kept thinking about like, we going on a date this weekend. I'm going on a date with my husband. You know what I'm saying? I'm holding on. He was like, I was thinking the same thing, right? Because we are intentional about making sure that we carve out time for ourselves, no matter how busy we get.
Yeah.
No matter how busy we get, and we pay attention to the small things, because the small things are the big things. They are. Guys, we hope that this has been of help to you. We hope that you enjoyed it. Go ahead and still share it. Drop a comment. Let us know your thoughts. We always come back and look at the comments. And for those of you who have the opportunity, again, follow me on my page, Iana Ma'at. If you don't know, you don't know how to find me, maybe I'll try to see if I can drop a link. I'm a little tipsy. I don't feel like dropping no links nowhere, but maybe I will put my name. Look for me. Y'all know my name?
You are from your
No, I'm just saying, like, they're not spell my name, because you be trying to spell it like, what is how you spell it? You know what I mean? Follow me so that you can stay connected, because I'm going to go live when I do the radio show, and I start on Monday. So I'm going to go live when I get there. I'm going to go live and walk up in there and be like, y'all, I'm here. Pray for a sister. Pray for me.
And,
all right.
And in addition to that, y'all, again, go ahead and get your tickets to the Black Marriage Day workshop that we're doing called My Marriage Matters. It's on March the 17th from 2 to 6 p.m. Again, My Marriage Matters workshop. It's going to be interactive, experiential, fun. Some of y'all got to experience the whipped cream on the face shaving experience, and that's always a blast right there. So we're going to be doing some more of that.
In Washington, D.C. at the fabulous Union Temple Baptist Church, our home church.
So go ahead. The link is in here. Go ahead and get your tickets.
See, I told you. Somebody said, spell it. I'll write my name down, but it's A-I-Y-A-N-A. A-I-Y-A-N-A, and the last name is Ma'at, M-A-A-T. But I'll put a tag or whatever, and when the video's over. I'm gonna do it. I might take a little, I gotta go to the bathroom, but I'll do it. All right, guys, we'll see you next time.
Right,
until then, stop playing. Start pushing.